Hello once again. I'm going to continue the previous video, which is about solving simultaneous equations. And as I explained earlier, um, we're going to divide our record into three sections. The first section is where two linear equations are involved and we need to solve them and to find the x and y, such as two linear equations. We need to solve them simultaneously to find the x and y, as we did in the first and the third example or question. And here, when we have one linear and another quadratic equation, we solved also 1 and 3. And when it comes to word problems where simultaneous equations are involved and we need to solve them, and we solved 1 and 3. I'm going to solve here to start the other way around. So I'm going to start with a word problem, okay? So B goes to the market to buy apples and bananas. She can buy 7 apples and 4 bananas for 85 cents. So remember, guys, we're going to say if A is the cost of 1 apple and B is the cost of 1 banana. Then we work as translators when it comes to word problems. 7 apples, if the cost of 1 apple is A, then the cost is 7 apples is 7A. And it means plus 4 bananas. If the cost of 1 banana is B, then the cost of 4 bananas is 4 times B, which is 4B. 4, which means equals to 45 cents. Okay. And here, 3 bananas, it means 3 apples, it means 3 times A, the cost of 1 banana, and it means plus 8 bananas, the cost is 8B, 8, the number of bananas times the cost of 1 banana is equal to 93 cents. And always mind this trick. Here, it's cents. If it's in dollars, one in dollars and the other one in cents, then we need to make the conversion. Okay, so this information can be used to write down two equations. One of these equations is 7A plus 4B is equal to, sorry, why did I write here? It's 85. I'm so sorry. Not 45, it's 85. So this equation, we already formed it. The second equation, it will be 3A plus 8B is equal to 93 cents. Now, we have two equations. I'm going to write them once again. 7A plus 4B is equal to 85 cents. And 3A plus 8B is equal to 93 cents. The second step, we are going to ask ourselves, are the terms organized in the exact same order? So A, B, B, and then equals 85 high, 85 and 93. Sorry for this interruption. And then we're going to decide which is easier for me to eliminate. Is it A or B? And in my opinion here, it would be easier to get rid of B by making the coefficient of B in the first equation the exact same as the coefficient of the second equation. How do I do that? So it will be 4 times 2. It will become 8B. So that's why I'm going to multiply that first equation by 2. So the equation, it will become 2 times 7A It's 14a plus 2 times 4b, it will become 8b equals to, and 85 times 2, 85 times 2, the answer is 170. And we're going to keep that second equation as is. 3a plus 8b is equal to 93. As you can see now, we have b in the exact same coefficient. In order to get rid of b, we're going to subtract the two equations as following. So you're going to say 14a minus 3a. So 14a minus 3a, the answer will be 11a. So we're going to write it here, 11a. And then you're going to say 8b or positive 8b minus positive 8b, which will come down to 8b minus 8b. And the answer here will come down to 0, and that's what we need. So the b is eliminated or is cancelled. At last, you're going to say 170 minus 93. So 170 minus 93, the answer will be 77. So you're going to say here, it's equal to 77. And then we're going to solve for a by getting rid of the coefficient of a. So we're going to divide each side by 11. And a will come down to 77 over 11. So a is equal to 7. Once we find the value of a, so we say here, if a is equal to 7, we can find b, right? Then let's take the first equation. So 7a plus 4b. Of course, you can take any of the two equations that are given in the question. So 7a, it means 7 times a. So it will be 7 times 7, the value of a, plus 4b is equal to 85. 7 times 7 is 49, plus 4b is equal to 85. And then we're going to solve for b by applying opposite operations, minus 49 on the left side and minus 49 on the right side. So the 49s are cancelled, 4b will come down, and then you're going to say 85 minus 49. The answer is 36. Solve for b by dividing each side by 4. So b will be 36 over 4. So b is equal to 9. I'm trying to use the space as much as I can. Okay, so we found a as 7 and b as 9. And as I explained earlier, we can always do the checking. So check here. So the first equation, or we can take the second equation, 3a plus 8b is equal to 93. And we're going to say here, if a is equal to 7 and b is equal to 9, then let's substitute the values of a and b. So 3a, it means 3 times a, so it's 3 times 7, plus 8b, it means 8 times b, so it's 8 times 9. Is it actually equal to 93? So 3 times 7 is 21, plus 8 times 9 is 72. Is it equal to 93? So 21 plus 72 is actually 93. So the left is equal to the right, which means that the values of A and B that we found is correct. And we can also check on the first equation. So here we can say if A is equal to 7 and B is equal to 9, another checking, then so the first equation is 7A plus 4B is equal to 85. Let's substitute the values of A and B. 7A, it means 7 times A, so 7 times 7. Plus 4B, it means 4 times B, which is 9. Is it equal to 85? 7 times 7 is 49. Plus 4 times 9 is 36. Is it equal to 85? So 49 plus 36 is actually equal to 85. So the left is equal to the right, which means that the values of A and B that we found are correct. Okay, so this is the word problem. I'm going to do the second one because this would be the only word problem that is left in this worksheet. The cost of 1 kilogram of tomatoes is X. Okay, and so 1 kilogram of tomato is equal to X. Okay, in dollars, the cost. And 1 kilogram of onion, the cost is Y. It's unknown. Ian pays a total of $10.7 for 10 kilograms. So we're going to work as translators. So we're going to say 10.7 for, it means equals to 10 kilograms of tomato. So it's 10 times the cost of 1 kilogram of tomato, which is X. And it means plus, and 4 kilograms of onions. So it will be 4 times the cost of 1 kilogram of onion, which is Y. So this is the first equation. And Joe pays a total of 10.10. So 10.10 equals to 8 kilograms of tomato. So it's 8 times the cost of 1 kilogram, which is X, plus, and it means plus 6 kilograms of onions. So 6 times the cost of 1 kilogram of onion, which is Y. So we have now the two equations which we can solve simultaneously. I will write them here once again. So it's 10.7 is equal to 10x plus 4y, and 10.10 is equal to 8x plus 6y. So we look at the two equations. After we formed the equations, or after we constructed the equations, we need to solve for x and for y. Okay, so we're going to look at the order of the terms. So we have 10.7 and 10.10 equals the x terms plus the y terms. So they are in the exact same order. Then we're going to look at the coefficient of x. In the first one, it's 10. And in the second one is 8, so they're not the same. And for y, in the first equation, the coefficient is 4, and in the second equation, it's 6. So none of the two variables have the exact same coefficient. We need to make one of them with the exact same coefficient in order to eliminate it or to get rid of it. So I'm going to decide to get rid of the x. So I will multiply this one by 8. And I will multiply the second one by 10. So the new equations that we're going to have now, so 8 times 10.7, the answer is 85.6 equals to 8 times 10x, it will be 80x plus 10 times 4y, it will be 4. Sorry about that. So 8 times 4y, it will be 32y. And then 10 times 10.10, it will be 101.0 equals to 10 times 8, it's 80x. And then 10 times 6y, it will be 60y. So we have the x now in the exact same coefficient, and to get rid of x, I must decide, am I adding the two equations or subtracting them? And of course, we're going to subtract the two equations to get rid of x. So now we're going to say 85.6 minus 101.0. The answer will be negative 15.4. So I'm going to write it on the side here. So 85.6, we start from the top to the bottom, minus 101.0. If we subtract them, the answer will be negative 15.4. Okay, equals to then 80x minus 80x. The answer is 0, and that's what we need. We need to eliminate or to cancel the x's. So they are cancelled. And at last, we're going to say 32y minus 60y. So 32 minus 60, the answer will be negative 28y. So negative 28y. And now we are going to solve for y. So we have an equation with one unknown, which is y. So we're going to apply opposite operations to solve for y. So divide each side by the coefficient of y, which is negative 28. So it will be negative 15.4 over negative 28. This is equal to y. So if you insert this in the calculator, you will find y is equal to 0.55. Okay. And once we find y, we can substitute it in any of the two equations. Okay, since I can see the second one, so we're going to say here if y is equal to 0.55, then 10.10 is equal to 8x plus 6y. Let's substitute the value of y. So it will be 10.10 is equal to 8x plus 6y. It means 6 times y. So it's 6 times the value of y, which is 0.55. So 10.10 is equal to 8x plus, now 6 times 0.55, the answer will be 3.3. Apply opposite operations to find x, so it will be minus 3.3 and minus 3.3 line. So 10.10 minus 3.3, the answer will be 6.8. 6.8 is equal to 8x. Now solve for x by getting rid of the coefficient of x. So we're going to divide each side by the coefficient of x, which is 8. So 6.8 over 8 is equal to x. And accordingly, x will come down to 6.8 divided by 8. The answer is 0.85. So x is equal to 0.85. Okay, so here x is equal to 0.85 and y is equal to 0.55. And as we explained in so many examples, you can always do the checking by substituting the value of x and y in any of the two equations that you formed. And if the left side and the right side are equal, then it means the values of x and y you found are correct. So here we finished all the word problems. I'm going to go to this question here, okay, where we have one linear equation. So linear equation and a quadratic equation, and we're going to solve them. So like we said, we always substitute the expression of y in the linear equation. We substitute it in the quadratic equation. So we're going to say if y is equal to 3x plus 2, then the quadratic equation is y equals to 2x squared plus 7x minus 11. So let's replace this expression instead of y here. So it will be 3x plus 2. We're going to substitute the value of y as an expression here. 3x plus 2 is equal to 2x squared plus 7x minus 11. And as I explained, we can always say that y of the line is equal to y of the curve or of the parabola. The next step, we need to bring all the terms. We need to make the left side a 0 and to move all the terms to the second side. So we're going to say here minus 3x and minus 3x, and we're going to say as well minus 2 and minus 2. So 3x and negative 3x are cancelled, 2 and negative 2 are cancelled, so we're going to have a 0 here. 2x squared is going to come down as s, plus 7x, so plus 7x minus 3x, it will come down to 4x, so plus 4x, and then minus 11 plus minus 2, so it is minus 11 minus 2, so it will be 11 plus 2, which is negative 13. Okay. Okay. All right, here we go. So it's here, it's negative 13. So we're going to write here negative 13. Okay. Now, since we have a quadratic equation right now, so we can solve it. Okay, just a moment, please. I think I have, okay. Sorry about this. Okay, what happened now? Just a moment, please. Okay. All right. We need to get back to the question. Sorry, I don't know why the response now it's getting too slow. Okay. Okay. Okay, here we go. So here it will be minus 13, and we're going to say here minus 13. So I'm going, like I explained earlier, we can solve this by factorizing. Any quadratic equation can be solved by factorizing or by using the formula. And in this case, I'm going to use the formula. So A, it's the coefficient of x squared, so it's 2. B is the coefficient of x, which is 4. And C is equal to negative 13. And the formula states that x is equal to fraction line minus b plus minus square root of b squared minus 4ac over 2a. Let's substitute the values of a, b, and c in this formula. So x is equal to fraction line minus, it's already part of the formula, and b is 4, so 4, and then plus minus, they're part of the formula. B squared, we always put it inside the brackets to the power of 2, and b is 4, so we're going to substitute b as 4, and then minus 4 times a times c, and it's preferable that you replace them inside brackets. A is 2, so we substituted the value of a, and c is negative 13, so negative 13 over 2a, it means 2 times inside the bracket a, which is 2. Now we're going to use the calculator to find two values for x. So we're going to substitute, use the calculator, fraction line minus 4. I'm going to do the plus first, plus square root of 4 squared minus 4 times 2 times negative 13 over 2 times 2, and the answer will be, I'm going to write it here as negative 2 plus square root of 30 all over 2. And if you write it as a decimal, it will come down to 1.7386 12788. And then we're going to substitute use the calculator, fraction minus 4. I'm going to say now minus square root of 4 squared minus 4 times 2 times negative 13 over 2 times 2, and then put the equal. It will be minus 2 plus square root of 30 over 2 over 2, and this is equal to, as a decimal, if you put SD, it will be negative 3.7386127888. So as you can see, they said put your answer correct to 2 decimal places, and accordingly the first x, it's 1.7 is the first decimal place, 3 is the second, and 3 is gonna be upgraded up to 4 because 3, what comes after 3, it's 8. So 5 and above, it will bring the 3 up. And then the second one, it's negative 3.7 is the first decimal, and 3 is gonna come up to 4 again because after the 3 comes the 8. Okay, now as we found the x, we can substitute them in any of the 2 equations to find the y. I'm going to use the linear. Y is equal to 3x. Again, please, I always forget. Y is equal to 3x plus 2. So I'm going to do the following. Y is equal to 3x plus 2. Let me check once again. Is it right? 3x plus 2. Yeah, that's right. So what do we do now? We're going to substitute the value of the first x. Y is equal to 3 times the first x is 1.7386127888 plus 2 equals to, use the calculator now. So it's 3 times 1.73861278 plus 2. Sorry, 3 times, just a moment please, 3 times 1.73861278 plus 2. The answer is 7.215834. So when we substitute y as 1.74, the answer is 7. The first decimal is 2, the second decimal is 1, 5 comes after the 1, so it will be 7.22, and then y is equal to 3x plus 2. We're going to find the second y. So let's substitute the value of x as negative 3.7386127888 plus 2. And this, okay, let's do that in the calculator. 3 times negative 3.7386127888, close the bracket, plus 2 equals, the answer will be negative 9.2158 38364, and so we're going to round it to the decimal places. So the second y is negative 9 point, the first decimal is 2, then we have the 1, so 5 comes after the 1, so it will be upgraded to 2. And that's how we solved simultaneous equations with one that is linear and the second one is quadratic. Okay, I'm going to do one example on one that is linear and the second one is linear as well. So let me choose one that I think is a bit hard. Okay, let me do this one. So number 7. So as you can see here, x plus 2y over 3 is equal to 1, and then 6x minus y over 5 is equal to 1. First of all, I need to get rid of the denominator in both equations. So I'm going to multiply all this by 3, and I'm going to multiply all this by 5. So the new equations will become, please note, remember, or note, I'm going to try to explain here. If it is x plus 2y is equal to 1 and you're multiplying all this by 3, then you're going to multiply each term by 3. But in such a case, x plus 2y all over 3 is equal to 1. What you're going to do is x plus 2y all over 3 as a term times 3 is equal to 1 times 3. Okay? So the new equation is going to be x plus 2y and not 3x plus 6y is equal to 1 times 3 is 3. The second equation will become 6x minus y and not 30x minus 5y is equal to 1 times 5, which is 5. So now I have these two new equations. The second step, we need to get rid of one of the variables, x or y. I'm going to choose y. So I will make the coefficient of the second equation the exact same as the upper equation by multiplying the second equation by 2. So the first equation will remain the same. X plus 2y is equal to 3. The second equation will become 2 times 6x, it's 12x. 2 times minus y, it's minus 2y, equals to 2 times 5 is 10. The third step, we're going to get rid of y. I must remind myself, by adding the two equations or by subtracting. It's going to be by adding the two equations. Why? Because if we say x plus 12x, the answer is 13x. So 13x. And if we say positive 2y plus minus 2y, it will be 2y minus 2y, and it will come down to 0, and that's what we need. And this will not happen if we are subtracting the two equations. So the y is eliminated, which means it's gone. And then we're going to say 3 plus 10, the answer is 13. So it's equal to 13. Now we are going to solve for x by getting rid of the coefficient of x. So we're going to divide each side of the equation by the coefficient of x, which is 13. So x is equal to 13 over 13, and x will come down to 1. So x is 1. Okay, and then as we explained earlier, we can substitute the value of x in any of the two equations in order to find y. So if x is equal to 1, then okay, and even we can go to the original equations. So okay, let me do it up here. to be honest. If x is equal to 1, then, okay, x plus 2y over 3 must be equal to 1. So let's replace the x by 1 plus 2y all over 3 is equal to 1. Oops. Okay, and here you are going to cross multiply. So it will be 3 times 1 is 3, and 1 times 1 plus 2y, it will come down to 1 plus 2y. Okay, now we're going to say minus 1, minus 1. So 3 minus 1, it will be 2, is equal to 2y. And then you're going to divide each side by 2 to find y. So 2 over 2 is equal to y. So y will come down to 1. Okay, so y is also 1. So the values that we found is 1, or the coordinate is 1, comma 1. Okay, you can do the exact same thing. Let's say that you don't want to go to the original equation, then, okay, x plus 2y is equal to 3, which is equivalent to this equation. Let's substitute x as 1 plus 2y is equal to 3. Solve for y by applying opposite operations. So minus 1, minus 1. So the ones are gone. 2y is going to come down, and 3 minus 1 is 2. Find y by applying opposite operations. So divide each side of the equation by 2. So y is equal to 2 over 2, and y is equal to 1 once again. Okay? All right, so I thought that this question might be a bit hard, so that's why I decided to solve it for you. Let me do this question, and you can compare between the two. So here we're gonna get rid again of the denominator by multiplying the first one by 2 and the second equation by 2 as well. But remember here, you need to multiply each term. So you're going to end up with 2x times 2x, it's 4x, plus 2 times half of y. So 2x times 2, the answer is 4x, right? And then 2 times half of y, the answer will be y. So plus y is equal to 1 times 2, the answer is 2, right? So 2. Now let's go to the second equation. So 2 times 6x, the answer is 12x, right? So 12x. And then 2 times negative 3 over 2y, the answer will be negative 3y. So minus 3y is equal to 2 times 21, it will be 42. Okay? So these are the two new equations that we have right now. And are we gonna get rid of x or y? You can get rid of anyone that you want, but I will decide to get rid of y. So I need to make the coefficient the same in both equations by multiplying the two equations by 3. By multiplying the first equation by 3. So I'm getting rid of y, or I'm eliminating y. So I need to make the coefficient of y in the first equation the same of the coefficient of y in the second equations. How do I do that? By multiplying the first equation by 3. So I will have 3 times 4x, 12x. 3 times positive y, it will come down to plus 3y. 3 times 2, it's 6. And the second equation, it will remain the exact same. 12x minus 3y is equal to 42. Now I will ask myself, I'm getting rid of y. Shall I add the two equations or subtract them? I will add the two equations and I will explain why now. So we're going to say 12x plus 12x. The answer will be 24x. So 24x. And we're going to say positive 3y plus minus 3y. It will become 3y minus 3y, which is 0, and that's what we need. This is not going to happen if we subtract the two equations. So the y's are cancelled. Sorry. So the y's are cancelled. And we're going to say equals to 6 plus 42. So 6 plus 42, the answer will be 48. Solve for x by applying opposite operations. So divide by 24. So x is equal to 48 divided by 24. And the answer will be x is equal to 2. So x is equal to 2. Once we find x, we can substitute the value. So we're going to say we're going to substitute the value of x in any of the two equations. Then, in order to find y, 12x plus 3y is equal to 6. Let's substitute the value of x. 12x, it means 12 times x, which is 12 times 2, plus 3y is equal to 6. 12 times 2 is 24, plus 3y is equal to 6. Solve for y by applying opposite operations. So minus 24. Sorry, this is 24, okay? And minus 24. So the 24s are gone. And 3y will come down, equals to 3 minus 24. The answer will be negative 21. Solve for y by applying opposite operations. So divide by 3. Y is equal to negative 21 over 3. Y is equal to negative 7. So y is equal to negative 7. And as we explained earlier, we can always do the checking. Okay, I like to do it just so that you practice and you be safe. So we're going to say if x is equal to 2 and y is equal to negative 7, I will take any of the two equations. So 2x minus 1 over 2y is equal to 1. So let's substitute the values of x and y. So 2 times x, which is 2, minus half times y, which is, sorry, which is negative 7, okay? Is it equal to 1? 2 times 2, 4, minus half times negative 7, so 0.5 times 7, it will be 3.5. Is it equal to 1? So 4 minus 3.5, it's going to be 0.5. It's not equal to 1, so something is wrong here. Okay, let's check what actually happened. Okay. Okay, let me calculate. Just a moment, please. Sorry about this. Let's see where is the problem. Oh, okay. What is the first equation? 2x plus half of y is equal to 1. Okay, let's do that. So, if x is equal to 2, then the equation, let's make sure that we are writing the equation correctly. Then 2x plus half of y, sorry, so 2x plus half of y is equal to 1. Okay, let's substitute the value of x. So 2 times x, which is 2 times 2, plus half of y, I can write it as 0.5y is equal to 1. Okay, we have a problem now. 2x plus, okay. Sorry about that. 4 plus 0.5 of y equals to 1. Apply opposite operations. So minus 4, minus 4. So the 4's are gone. 0.5y is going to come down. So 1. Okay, so 1 minus 4 is equal to negative 3. Divide each side by 0.5. So y is equal to negative 3 divided by 0.5. The answer is negative 6. So that's y. So y is equal to negative 6. Y is equal to negative 6. Okay, now let's do the checking once again. So here, if x is equal to 2 and y is equal to negative 6, okay, it will be 2 times 2 minus half times y, which is negative 6. Is it going to be equal to 1? So 2 times 2 is 4. 2 negative 2 times negative 6, it will be plus. It will be plus 3. So 4 plus 3. So negative 0.5 times negative 6. It will be plus 3. Is it equal to 1? It should be, just a moment, it should be minus 4. Oh, sorry, here is the mistake. So here it's minus 0.5. That should be coming down. So we're going to divide each side by negative 0.5. So the answer will be positive 6 for y. So y is actually positive 6. So when we substitute y as positive 6 here and as positive 6 here, the answer will be minus 3. So 4 minus 3 is actually 1, which means that the value of x and y that we found is correct. Okay, we must have used the wrong equation in the first time that we found y, so we have to be careful on which equation do we use, and when we are applying opposite operations, guys, I think I have a problem with the pen. So here it was the original equation. It is, sorry about that, 2x plus half of y. Okay, the pen was erasing. So here it's plus, plus, plus. So when we subtract, it will be here -3 and plus 0.5. So if we divide by negative, so y will come down to -6. So y here sorry about that. So y here is -6. Okay, let's substitute here. Okay, bear with me, please. I'm so sorry. It's okay. Here it's should be -6. Okay, and the one problem that we had, we copied this equation wrong. So as you look up there, the given equation is 2x plus 1 over 2y, is it equal to 1? So 2 times 2 and y is equal to -6 here. So it will be a half times -6. Is it equal to 1? So it will be 4 because half times -6, it will be -3. So 1 is equal to 1, which means that x is equal to 2 and y is equal to -6. And to check further, I'm going to say here, if x is equal to 2 and y is equal to -6, let's go to the second equation. Then okay, that's the problem. It keeps on erasing. Okay, and -6. Okay. All right. The second equation is 6x minus 3 over 2y equals to 21. Let's substitute. So 6 times 2, which is x, minus 3 over 2y is -6. Is it gonna be equal to 21? 6 times 2 is 12. Minus 3 over 2 times -6. The answer will be I'm so sorry. The answer will be plus 9. Is it equal to 21? Is it equal to 21? So 12 plus 9 is actually equal to 21. So that proves that the values of x and y that we found are correct. Thank you so much. I'm going to stop the record right here. Sorry for this disconnection that kept on happening. Please do watch this record multiple times or as many as you need until you nail the solving of simultaneous equations when it is linear and linear, quadratic and linear, and when it comes to word problems as well. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next record.